Welcome. Welcome back. We're going to do a little bit of an energy update today and channeling. And I come to you from my office in Sedona, Arizona, in the pyramid. We're going to do channeling a little bit, and they're going to bring us some information about the energy frequencies that are going on in mass consciousness, as well as personally. And into the new year, we're coming into close to the middle of December 2020, in between eclipses and new moons and full moons and things like that. So the energies are kind of strong and intense as we head towards Christmas time and into the new year. And so we've got ancestors here today, and we've got loved ones from heaven here today that want to bring us messages. And here we go. First thing that I pulled a couple of cards. I said some prayers and did some grounding before we started. And the first thing they wanted to say, as our loved ones from the heavens, those crossed over, I've stepped forward. I've got a father and husband, a couple of dogs, babies, mom, grandmother, daughter, son. Got a big group of loved ones. They're bringing the Christed energy to us and a balancing of and celebration of all the work that we've done in our own family lines, in our own selves in the mirror over the last year. And what they're saying is 2020 has been a year of unwinding. So anything that is imbalanced has been unwinding. And it's almost like the mummy wraps, like, that's like, in the funny movies or whatever, or Scooby-Doo, they would just pull and the mummy would spin around and it would unwrap and unwind and unwind and unwind. Or if we could do our, DVR, or those of us who are old that have had VHS recorders. We, remember when we used to rent movies from the place and they'd say, "Be kind, rewind." So 2020 was not always kind, but and the people sure weren't always kind. But it's unwinding. So the last some of the last pieces of the dark imbalances, the sometimes misunderstandings is what they're saying. So I've got the loved ones and ancestors, our loved ones and ancestors, so the heavenly family members that we have, and ancestors would be the ancestors of humanity, saying the unwinding has happened, and that's why some people's families have fallen apart. But there's been either misunderstandings, misuses of power, or just the clawing of dark things like lies, abuses, falsities that are falling apart. And so those things are unwinding like mummy wraps. And we are coming into a time as we go into the new year of 2021, where we will have more balance, and it's a critical time right now, but they're saying that we will have more balance and our foundations will be solid, and there won't be as much chaos in the future for our children and grandchildren, because we won't weave in. It's almost like being at a loom weaving a new blanket. We won't weave in our new blanket, our new script, our new energy matrix, our new world, our new era, any of that gross stuff like war or abuses or manipulations or lies. And so as we weave in our loom in 2021, the year of changes, rapid and advanced changes is what they're saying. As we weave the new script, the new build the new foundations. It's almost like, pouring a new cement floor, or maybe we won't use cement anymore. Maybe we'll just use boards, or sweep away use the earth. But they're saying that those new foundations will be built in the light, in love, and peace. And we will continue to unwind some of the old stuff. It will dissipate forever. And we will be receiving some answers. All of us will be receiving some answers, and maybe having some healings continue on, and be around our correct people and places and things. And we all know what that is inside, or where that is inside. Even if we can't quite put it together yet, we will have, it's almost like the pieces of the puzzle put in front of us. And we know who we're supposed to be with. We know who our soul families are. We know where we're supposed to be, but we can't remember fully yet. So it's like, as we keep unwinding and building the new solid foundations, and they're saying expect surprising good open doors, surprising possibilities for us. Recalibrations, restoration, where we remember our truth. And each one of us in the world will remember as well. And the bad stuff will keep unwinding and dissipating. Pardon me. I have some fuzzy hair. Always, my whole life. And the first card I chose just a minute ago, because I started the video a minute ago. I had to restart. But I wanted to use the grace cards. I love these cards. And the first one I chose is beauty. So these ancestors are saying, remember, recognize the beauty around you and breathe it in. And if you need a little bit of a rest, and go slowly, see the beauty in others' eyes, in the trees, and the air, and the surroundings around you, and certainly in the mirror. So we are all worthy, and the truth is we've all kind of known our worth inside. So the card beauty says, surround yourself with simple pleasures. Beauty is the language of the divine. So beauty has a high vibration, high frequency vibration, that we're going to paint the world with beauty instead of ugliness and separation and things that we've been unwinding in the last year. And some of the people that we were around, or some of the circumstances, like our jobs or things like that, were just not exactly our right alignment. And so the hand of God has pulled away some of the people. And that's been good, so that this high frequency vibration of beauty and grace can be around us. Some of the loved ones are saying, again, we're sorry about some of the results and consequences that we, who are now crossed over in the higher frequencies, that we caused. So, as all families have dysfunctions, and all friends and all spouses and all people have dysfunction, they're saying that some of theirs were tough, or addictions, or mental instabilities, or things like that. That certainly doesn't mean we didn't love them a lot, or don't love them a lot. But they're saying that they are balancing it out in all the work, the courageous work that you are doing here. The tears we've cried, and the work we've done to heal ourselves and clear out our energies, and correct our courses in our daily lives, and work on ourselves, has helped them. And we are all ascending, is what they're saying. Good job. Someone's husband or dad is saying, or both. He could be a dad and a husband, saying, good job. I see it. He says, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere to support you. But the work that you're doing is also setting me free. Not only is it setting you free, and your neighbors, friends and loved ones, and physical bodies here, but the heavens as well. So the ancestors, it's a group of it's a council of divine beings and ancestors that have walked the earth and who have not, in physical bodies. they're saying that we are also, it's sort of like changing of the guard. I always call it that, changing of the guard. And it's almost like tuning an instrument where, you know how, like if it's a guitar or a piano or stringed instrument, cello, and I got a cello at my house. Yay! If you tune, you can hear it go, up. So the frequency like that around us is being tuned up and harmonized in divine order, as it was meant to be, as the unwinding of the dark pieces and the chaos and the pain is being removed, vacuumed out. Remember to thank a light worker in your light warrior teams. Someone's saying in the ancestor group, remember those of us who have been, didn't have a partner or a mate or marriages or family, remember you can feel them inside. You know who you know, even if we haven't met them before. Most of us have. You know where you belong and who you belong with, and just know that you will be united and reunited. There will be unions and reunions with our soul families and soul tribes and things. If you have been feeling alone and separate and just exhausted from all of the work that you've done. I keep saying I don't want to talk about that right now. I've said that all day. I don't want to talk about that. And they're saying you're being resistant, lady. I've got the Divine Doors cards, and I'm going to pull a card for us too in this theme of the day. Someone's mom is saying, I've got you, and I'm really proud of who you are. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I'm sorry I picked at you when I was alive. I'm sorry I didn't tell you how amazing you are. And you've helped us in the heavens, she's saying. And she's holding up a necklace. And that she wants you to know that she's with you in your ear every day. Loving you. And a grandmother who's a little bit sassy pushed into the front and said, that was me too. So many of us are receiving unmistakable signs around us that we have loved ones with us and support as the veil is very thin. And throughout history, this time period, the end of the year, like in October, November, and December into January, the veil is always very thin, but this is the thinnest ever in history. So just know that they are very close and they have their heavenly purposes and missions and things like that. And it's pretty cool. They're not far. Everything's okay. Do you see this stream of light coming in? That's the heavens talking. Believe it. So I got this divine door card. It's called Morning Memory. Morning Memory. So the ancestors are saying they're bringing in the rainbow frequencies, which means, and some of the people we would describe as rainbow children, even tough guys, because they hold all the frequencies. They bring all the frequencies of the rainbow, all of the frequencies of the new earth, and they came here to tune. Sorry, that's a little bit weird, but I'll fix it in a second. Morning memory card. Morning memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Meditate in the sun is what the card says. So morning, when we're refreshed, remember to not only check out the light beams, the sun, but start the day afresh with some new and beautiful positive higher frequency thoughts and prayers and wishes and things like that, whatever we would call it. The ancestors are saying that this is a really good time to notice that there, again, will be surprising good things, new possibilities that we can't even imagine right now, and answers, truth from some of our family, friends, loved ones, and directions and purposes and missions that we can't quite see yet. And so just know that with each day, your choices and directions are everything's gonna be okay. So I have my favorite cards, which are the sacred geometry cards. And I was griping because I pulled this a minute ago. I don't want to talk about it. And so the loved ones are saying romantic love, as well as soul. I'm trying to move this curtain so it's not as... Okay, never mind. We're just going to have a weird video. How's that? You can just listen. You don't have to look at me. Romantic love. And it's a number 12 that turns into a 3. So the ancestors are saying there's the Trinity. So we were talking about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? We will have advanced, our perspectives and perceptions will expand. And so in that, the Trinity, the divine, will expand in us. Our perspectives will expand. And we will more so recognize that in others, and more so be able to treat others the way we want to be treated, the way we have commanded to be treated in the past. And that will balance out and be part of the foundation. And so some of the people that, again, have been without partners, families, marriages, things like that, or if it was gross, we're gross in all. There's a refocus, recalibration on this in the next year. So many people will find their soul tribes, families, twin flames, soulmates, divine counterparts. And so the romantic love card, again, they're saying the Trinity, they're saying that the divine in us is coming to this high light frequency in these times. And we can't miss it. So if you know who you're supposed to be with, get with it. Call them, text them, even if it's not time yet. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience and reflection of a conscious lover, partner. Yes. They're saying that many of us have purposes with our soul families and our divine counterparts that we cannot see yet. So go ahead, if you don't know them, if you are not united with them, go ahead and keep just building what you know to be true. Listen to your heart, listen to the divine within, and follow that. Follow your steps. Follow your beam of light. It's way better than you think. So expect the unexpected, they're saying again. New foundation. Go ahead and start building your foundation. Your right people will find you. And they will respect you and adore you, and they will stay. Freedom. So in these next weeks and days and months, we're going to feel some cheer, joy, and the tears will be swept away sometimes, even though we all feel it. This has been hard. We all have felt grief this year. We've all felt oppression this year. We've all felt disappointment this year. We've all felt disconnected this year in one way or another, and some bigger than others too. And we're going to come back. It's almost like a divine healing as we go into 2021 and through December. Be kind to one another, they're saying. Lift each other up. New foundations. That means like in jobs and careers and stuff. Like for me personally, really cool stuff kept happening, and I kept getting some divine messages that I didn't understand. And I'll probably write about that later, but it was nudging me forward. So I went ahead and moved back to Sedona. And remember your soul tribes, your soul families, even if they're different parts of the world, across the world, even if they're in Japan, in Australia, in Texas. Just know that they will always feel you and they will come. We're no longer separate. We never were, but we will see the truth. So they're also saying, someone's daughter is saying, I love you. The magic is real. Freedom is real. I told you. I really like that. Thank you. There's a few animals, and they're saying the animal collective, dogs that are passed, the animal collective on earth. So that just means all animals, the animal kingdom, is very aware of this. We're in mid-wave of ascension or awakening this time period. That's pretty big because everything's changing. We just don't know what words to use. Perhaps language is not enough for some of it. But the animal collective is very well aware of it. And they're saying we also come together with humanity in the higher frequencies, the higher vibrations. And the ancestors are saying we're doing a good job. And to be kind to yourselves. Remember to see the beauty in your soul, your heart in the mirror, and be kind to yourselves and rest if you need to. Lots of healing going on many layers on this earth. Good job. And I pulled one last card to finish up with, okay? Wow. Illumination. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this doorway, this new doorway with the beams of light coming in. I couldn't have written this better. It's almost like we're all, see the little person right here? And one of the ancestors is saying, if anyone made you feel small, if anyone degraded you and made you feel small, that was always a lie. If anyone manipulated you or harmed you or was sneaky, that's unwinding. Wasn't yours. Was never yours. This was not really necessarily a lesson either. But the little person and the card on the illumination card, this is like looking up at this giant doorway going, whoa. So it's a giant doorway of consciousness for us, for humanity. And the beams of light coming through, and we're going, what, how do we do this? What do we do? Your path will be illuminated, and you will know as we step through this new door, many new doors that's just full of light. We don't know what it means, but we are on path. We are doing it really well. The illumination card says, believe in the power of grace. When we least expect it, a new door will open, and the light of grace will illuminate our next steps. Believe in the power of grace. When we least expect it, a new door will open, and the light of grace will illuminate our next steps. So that's in all ways, every way, for the